Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Quick Attach 66-inch brush thrasher. This is their heavy-duty bush hog brush cutter that they designed for their tractor 3-point hitch system. Now, Quick Attach makes a lot of skid steer attachments, and they make some really heavy-duty brush cutters for skid steers. This is their only 3-point hitch model, I believe, that will work on tractors. And if you're in the market to purchase some kind of brush cutter, bush hog that you need for some pretty serious heavy-duty work, then stick around. We got a lot of video for you today, and hopefully this will help you decide whether you may or may not want to buy the Quick Attach 66-inch brush thrasher. I'll give you guys a quick walk around of the brush cutter, let you look at some of the features of it, and then I'll go over some of the things that I like and what I don't like about it. This unit has that rear wheel that you can obviously see that flips up and out of the way. That's one of the main reasons I went with this unit over some of the other ones I looked at. This does have a slip clutch under this cover here. Pull this pin. That flips up and out of the way so you can get to your slip clutch to service it, or if you need to take your shaft off or anything, you can get to it there. You got one grease zerk on your U-joint. And I like that it has this cover to protect everything from getting hung up in your rotating shaft there. On the front here, you've got this top piece that your top link connects to, and this piece articulates on this rear pin so that when you have your rear wheel down, it will follow the contour of the ground. It allows the whole deck to articulate instead of having just a solid point up front. I'll give you guys a quick look under the deck here. The way this is set up, you have a large central stump jumper. I want to say that's 1/4-inch plate. It's super heavy duty. I think it's 150 pounds is what it's listed at. You got some pretty thick blades. I'd say that those are probably 3/8 inch thick. I want to say they weigh like 15 pounds a piece. I have close to 25 hours on this unit, and these blades look almost brand new. One of these blades had a little nick in it, but that was about the only damage, and I can't even find it now. These blades, they do turn on the stump jumper, so that if you hit something solid that wasn't going to move, your blades will swing out of the way instead of getting torn up and bent. This rear deck, this piece right here is welded on. That's 1/2 inch thick. I'm not really sure why it's there, other than to just kind of reinforce the deck. The deck plate itself is listed at 1/4 inch, but this rear welded on piece extends all the way around the framework of the cutter. The skids, those are all 1/2 inch and everything. The rear wheel, like I said, is one of the main reasons I went with this unit. To put your wheel down, all you do is you pull your cotter pin, pull this pin out, lay your wheel back, and then put your pin into this rear framework there. The holes correspond to 2, 4, 6, or 8-inch cut heights. Makes it really easy to set your cutting height. It doesn't require any tools or anything like that. I went with the 66-inch version just because I'm going to be using it in the woods, and I wanted to keep it inside the width of the tractor, and it is almost the exact width of this tractor, guys. I mean, my tractor bucket is 72 inches. The cutting width on this unit is 66, but the actual deck width, I believe, is 71, and the length, I believe, was 76. Total weight on this unit is right at, I think, 1,250 pounds. Don't quote me on that, but certainly right in that area. This tractor would be big enough to use the 72-inch cutter, but like I said, I wanted to keep it inside the width of the tractor just because maneuvering through all these trees and stuff back here, I wanted to not have to worry about it stick out. Really have been super happy with this, guys. I mean, it's cut absolutely everything that we put behind it. probably the largest thing I've cut is maybe a 5-inch tree, and it cut it, but you could tell it was working to cut it. The most of what we're cutting out here, I mean, you guys can see this is just a mess, but I'd say 80 to 90% of what we're cutting is 3 inches and under. I mean, everything over here looked like that 2 weeks ago, and we've cut everything out here with this brush cutter. I mean, we haven't used a chainsaw at all at this point. So you can see it's certainly covering our bases for what we need. There is some stuff further down the slope there that gets into that 6-7 inch range. That'll be too much for this, but hopefully in the near future we'll be buying a grapple and we can kind of take care of it. Go over some of the pros and cons. As far as pros, like I said, having that rear wheel. A lot of the other units I looked at either had a fixed rear wheel, which really isn't ideal when you're trying to back into all this really thick stuff. It's just in the way. And then I looked at a couple units that actually did not have rear wheels. They had kind of a push bar instead of a rear wheel, which is fine for cutting brush. But I mean, if you look over here, we have about 6 or 8 acres of pasture out there that we cut. And this is the only bush hog I have at this point. So I wanted to get something that would do it all. And having that rear wheel that flips down allows me to cut that grass super easily. If it didn't have that, you'd be trying to cut the grass just off the 3-point hitch. And our pasture is not smooth at all. So as the tractor bounces up and down, your cutting height would be all over the place. So that's some of the main pros. As far as cons, the only con I've come up with at this point is the fact that the deck is not enclosed on the back. When you're cutting grass, cuts grass great, but it doesn't mulch grass at all. It pretty much just cuts it and lays it over, which for us isn't an issue. We don't really care about the way our pasture looks right now. Eventually, once we get everything cleaned up, we'll probably actually get a flail mower or something along those lines for the back of this tractor. So that wasn't really a main concern for us. But if you are using this to mainly cut grass and then cut the occasional brush, just be aware that it's not gonna mulch your grass that well, because by the time it cuts, it's just coming out of the back of the unit. Other than that, guys, I have been super impressed with this thing. I bought it with kind of some concerns that, you know, maybe it wouldn't be enough to cut what we needed to, and cutting all this stuff would be super hard on it. We'd end up wearing it out before we were even done, and there's just no way we're gonna wear out this unit, guys. I mean, like I said, we've put probably 25 hours on it, and if I washed that deck off, this thing would still look brand new. So that's a quick walk around of the unit, guys. If you have any specific questions or something I didn't show that you'd like to see in more detail, just go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. I'll be working with this unit for quite a while, so I'll have plenty of time to answer any questions or get you guys some more footage or something you'd like to see. Just so you're aware, I did pay full price for this unit. Bought it factory direct from Quick Attach. I believe the full price was right around $3,700. And that did include a free set of blades and all the hardware for attaching them. Go ahead and roll some footage of this thing in action. I have a lot of footage, but I will probably keep it kind of short just because this video is getting long at this point. But there'll be a lot more footage coming in the future, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. Enjoy.